This is the fifth episode of the Sagarrit Season 1. In this podcast, we will talk about do spirits exist or not. The existence of ghosts is a huge controversy in today's society. Some believe that there is no way that a spirit can make itself appear in front of a person. And some believe that spirits show up on a regular basis in people's lives. There is a lot of evidence that has been gathered over the years, mostly personal accounts, that continues to prove that existence of ghosts is real. Some kind of evidence that proves ghosts exist are photographs, personal experiences, and new scientific evidence. Many photographs have been taken over the years where a ghost has shown up in the picture. Most people do not notice the ghost at the time, but the ghost later shows up in the print. When seeing the photo, most people will try to disprove the photo by attempting to recreate the picture. These people will usually then find that the photo cannot be recreated. A good example of a photo with a ghost in it was a picture taken in 1996. A man named E.K. Clanton, dressed in a cowboy outfit, and had a friend take a picture of him in Boot Hill Graveyard in Tombstone, Arizona. When later looking at the photograph, Clanton noticed that a man who was not present at the time the photo was taken was in the background of the picture. Clanton later attempted to recreate the photo with a buddy of his and learned that it was impossible to recreate the picture without having the legs visual. Also, when taking a photograph, people will sometimes discover a person in the photo who is no longer living. A good example of this took place on November 19, 1995. On this date, Wem Town Hall in England caught on fire. A man named Tony O'Reilly decided to take a few photos as the firefighters fought the fire. In one of these pictures that he took, he noticed a clear image of a little girl standing in the fire. No one on the scene of the fire remembered a little girl, nor was there a little girl in the building. Some of the people believed that this little girl's name was Jane Churm. There was only one problem: Jane had died in 1677 in a fire that destroyed many homes in this town. Since Jane was obviously not in the house, this had to have been her spirit that was seen in the photograph on the night in 1995. A lot of people have first-hand experiences with ghosts. A good example of personal experience with a ghost happened to a man named Professor David Fontana. Fontana walked into a mechanic workshop one day and felt the gloominess of the atmosphere. It was horrible. As he walked into the shop, he felt a chill that went all the way up his spine and saw a small piece of an engine that seemed to be levitating only a few feet away from his nose. The engine piece then proceeded to fly toward him, but he was able to duck under as it flew past him and smashed into the wall behind him. There was nobody there in the room with him that could have thrown the object at him. So there was no logical explanation except for the fact that only a ghost could have launched that engine piece at him. Some personal experiences come from a person that become possessed by a ghost or an evil demon. A good example of this happened in the mid-1990s. At that time, Peggy Hodgson was a mother of 4. This family had a happy life until an invisible force began to throw toys, plates, and cutlery around their house. Objects began to appear and disappear right before their eyes, and strange knocking sounds began to be heard. Things got even worse when Peggy's 12-year-old daughter became possessed by an evil spirit on several occasions. Peggy's daughter's actions, along with all the other things that the family experienced, have no explanation from this world. But they can be explained as a ghostly encounter. This family's experience were investigated by many researchers who also claimed that the house was haunted. The evil spirit even became known as the infield poltergeist. There has recently been some new scientific evidence which points toward the existence of ghostly phenomena. According to Danny Penman, this evidence does not say that all hauntings are real, but that some are genuine. These findings were made by Dr. Barry Colvin. Dr. Colvin has spent the last 5 years looking at ghosts and analyzing the knocks and bangs that are supposedly made by ghosts. He has used the most advanced acoustic equipment to investigate these sounds and compare them to sounds made by people and animals. Dr. Colvin said the sound produced by ghosts during hauntings are paranormal. Their acoustic waveforms are completely different. I cannot find a conventional explanation for my results at all, nor can any other scientist who have reviewed my work. To be honest, we are completely stumped. We did not expect to find these results. Obviously, this new evidence opens the door for more people to believe in the existence of ghostly forms. To many people, this evidence also gives proof for the belief that there is life after death. That's all for today's podcast. And please comment down below that what do you think? Ghost exists or not, and please share this episode to your friends so they can also get this premium knowledge for free.